Well, Greg, I'm going to just address this to you. I don't know what I'm going to call this yet. One idea I had is if I can figure out a way that people can post to this all, we can all post the same one. Maybe I call it Family Bourbon. It'd be cool to have other people be able to post videos to this. But I just figured that it'd be really simple to do a taste test. It's actually a video instead of trying to do it by text, because I'm sure text gets pretty dull. And so what I got here is the $40 and under that I did before with 4 bottles. I did realize I have 6. So here they are. I actually placed them in order 1 through 6. In the order that I expect that they're going to turn out in. We'll see how it goes. Being 1 down to 6. I will say that I would have normally placed Maker's Mark higher, but this is the bottle that I was telling you about, that the previous bottles of Maker's Mark had more flavor to them. This one seems a little flat, but I decided to include it anyway. I did put down little numbers and stickers on the bottom. I can see, looking down in here, that it's pink, but I can't tell what the numbers are. So, and I mixed these up, so these glasses are all out of order. I can tell you right now that I believe that this one is the Penelope because it's the lightest colored one. But here we go. First glass. This one is pretty standard, pretty mellow. Got a little bit of I am a little bit out of practice on this, but I smell a little bit of cloves in this, along with a little bit of caramel. All in all, it feels pretty mellow. Oh, by the way, these are all done. These have been sat for probably 30 minutes at this point. About 1 ounce and had 1 ice cube. Oh, this one's a lot stronger. Second glass here. Has a very sweet, I want to say, this one definitely has rye notes coming out. This is all about a sweet, like honeysuckle and cloves, and maybe even a little bit of dandelion in there, making me think that this is probably the triple mash, because that's the only one up here that has any rye in it. Smells good though, very good on the nose. Wow, this one just disappears. Number 3 just disappears in comparison to this one. Very, very light, very delicate smelling. I would say a vanilla green apple. Again, reminiscent of the Penelope. This one's tasty. Number 4 here. A little bit stronger than the Penelope, not as strong as the number 2, which I think might be the triple mash. Light vanilla, fragrant, floral. Probably a little bit of fruitiness to it, but very much on the light side. Go to number 5. Boy, number 5 kind of disappears. Also very, very delicate here, or just simply not there. I think I might pick up a little bit of caramel. But boy, that's just so light I can't even detect it. Number 6. Ooh, 6 smells tasty. I mean, this has got to be. This smells like a Buffalo Trace product. That's what it smells like. I don't know if it's Buffalo Trace or if it's Eagle Rare. I'll probably be wrong, but you know, that's what I think. It smells like a Buffalo Trace product. Cinnamon. Caramely. A little bit of that funk in there. Smells really good though. Going back to the beginning. I'm gonna taste it now. So the first glass. Boy, you know what? There's a lot of similarity between these two. Numbers 1 and number 6. Well, the cinnamon and the baking spices. A ton of baking spices here. I don't know. Otherwise, there is a higher note there that's maybe a little bit caramely. But yeah, it's just a ton of baking spices there. Last two. This is the one where I smell the rye notes big time. Definitely coming through on the palate. Cloves, a little bit of black pepper in there, a little bit of cinnamon. Don't so much get the dandelions, do get the cloves. I suppose you could throw honeysuckle on top, perhaps. It's a high note, but a little bit of a dry oak on the finish. It's tasty. If it is indeed the triple mash, this is the environment that triple mash does well in, where you're just sampling a little bit here and there, going back and forth. It's got a strong nose, it's got a strong palate, and the notes that you generally kind of think are not that great don't show up until later. So by going back and forth, you kind of get away from that. Yeah, there's the green apple. Yeah, this is very delicate. It's not bad. Little caramel, or is that vanilla? I think it might be, at this point, it might be a little caramel. Little green apple. Nothing much else there. Pretty simple. Delicate, but easy drinking. Glass 4. It's kind of tasty. I like glass 4. Malty. Little funk. Yeah, definitely malty. Boy, you know, then there's a little bit of cinnamon and there's a little bit of maybe a caramel, and I think there's a fruit in there somewhere, hiding in the background. Mm. That's tasty though. That maltiness to it. It's real tasty. Glass 5. This is the one I could barely get a nose on last time. Boy, still, there's not much there. There's a little sweetness, maybe a touch of fruit, but I can't really pick them out. On the palate, maybe a little honey, maybe vanilla. Yeah. Picking up a little bit of a 5-spice finish. I hate to say it, I think that's that Maker's Mark. I can't wait to get a nice fresh bottle. I'm probably going to go with the, barrel proof version of it, and get back to that more powerful, better Maker's Mark. Because this bottle just seems kind of flat, washed out. If that's what it is, that's my guess. I'm going to say that I think number 5 is Maker's Mark. You know what? I just got a little bit of butter in that last taste, which is something, to me, that's a telltale sign of Maker's Mark. Yeah, there it is. I'm getting a little bit of butter. I'm starting to get the butterscotch now. This is not, like I said, this is not the best bottle of Maker's Mark. The other bottles I've had a much more pronounced butterscotch flavor to them. But I'm picking it up. That's good. I would bet a lot of money on that's Maker's Mark. All right. Last 6. Yeah. This is a nice strong nose. I smell the cinnamon, the baking spices. I smell some maltiness or funk. Yeah, this is lovely. Yeah, I think this probably is the Eagle Rare. It could be the Buffalo Trace. I don't know, but I think it's one of the two. But this is, I mean, at this point they're all pretty smooth because it's been sitting here for like 40 minutes at this point. But this is real smooth, real. It's got a touch of syrupiness to it. Yeah, I like that a lot. All right. You know what? I didn't hate any of these the first time through. Now, I know if I would have tasted these after like 5 minutes or after 10 minutes, I probably would have had some that I would have picked up right away that went like, oh, I don't like that. But having let these sit out for so long, because I was playing with my camera, boy, I need to eliminate one now. You know, I think it's either got to be 3 or it's got to be 5. In fact, I think I got to pick the 2 of them. And while 3 has a little bit better nose, it just has a very simple taste on the palate. Whereas I found more notes here in number 5. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put number 3 out first, and then number 5, glass 5, not to be confused by the numbers that are underneath, out second. Just because they're not as strong as the others, the nose is really light. But to be honest with you, given how long these have been open, I don't hate any of these. These are all good. For $40 and less, these are all good. All right. And I will say that I also have some cheese here to mix this up with. Satori espresso. It's really tasty. All right. Boy, that's really good. I love that espresso. All right. I'm gonna now mix it up. Gonna go this direction this time. Wow. Now, I just did that without taking a sip of water in between. Maybe getting a little bit of contamination in between, but that's really tasty. And in this environment, wow, that's really tasty too. Wow. Okay, I gotta tell you, having done 1 and 6 back to back, they're definitely similar. Definitely similar. Glass 1 is the lightest of these 4 that are left. Now, I know this is a trap. I know that, you hate to just give it to the strongest flavor, right? It's an easy thing to do. It's an easy fallback. It's like, boy, this one's strong. This one has more flavor. I'm going to go with that one. Yeah. Well, what I worry about is that this one is is very similar to the 6 glass, but it's more muted. A little bit of butter in that one. I'm worried that the one that's a little bit more muted here is the Eagle Rare. And that the one that's a little bit stronger tasting might be the younger one, the Buffalo Trace. Boy. So, yes, so glass 6 is indeed stronger, but I do also pick up a little something there that I don't like as much. Yeah. I'm also, though, on glass 2, it's the strongest glass here, and it's got some notes that don't exist in the other one, so it's very pleasant in a way. But boy, that that aftertaste, that finish, it's kind of starting to come in for me. And then this malty one here is really tasty. I'm actually going to go, class 2 is going to go out in third, or fourth place, I should say. It's the strongest flavor here. It's got notes that none of the other ones have, but it's really starting to, that finish is starting to turn bitter. Boy, oh yeah. There it is. That bitter oak finish. Yeah, it's definitely got to be this one. That's going out in fourth place. I need some cheese. I gotta get rid of that bitter. So, I don't know about the camera view here. So the camera view is really wide. It had to be that wide. I had to put the camera that far back. I hope you hear me well enough. Because this, I needed the height. The height is actually a problem. So width is not a problem at all. Maybe I'll try, if I'm doing something less wide, maybe I'll try doing it in portrait next time. I don't know. All right, 3 glasses left. And if my guess is right, I got the 2 Buffalo Trace products and the Michter's, if I'm right. And the malty one here, I think is the Michter's. But, you know, that means I'm probably wrong. I am really having a hard time with these last 3. There's not a lot that separates them. I'm going to go glass 6 in third place. It's just a little bit of something about the finish. While it has a stronger flavor and nose than glass 1, and perhaps even of glass 4, it's got a good flavor, but there's a little something there that detracts from it at the finish, right? There's an element of the finish there that's just not working. Little bit of a dry oak, a little bit of a bitter oak, and that's what's coming out to me now. Down to 2 glasses. Okay. I mean, I like the nose on the 4th glass better. I like the palate on the 1st glass better. I'm into that maltiness that's in this glass 4. I mean, it exists a little bit in some of these other ones, but it's big time in this one. But I'm going to have to go with the palate. So I'm going to go the fourth glass in second place, and glass one in first place. So, let us see what that means. The winner, probably shouldn't do that. Let's go last place. I got a lot in this, so I'm not going to chug it. The last place is number 6. It is indeed Penelope for last place. The next one is indeed glass 5, or Maker's Mark. The next one is indeed Jack Daniels. I'm 3 for 3 here, though. I got those all correct. Now here is where it's interesting. I'm going to guess that this is Buffalo Trace, Michter's, and Eagle Rare. Ha! Buffalo Trace. I am wrong. Oh my God. That one, the malty one, is Eagle Rare. And the other one that I like the palate better on is Michter's. So in the end, I liked the nose of the Eagle Rare the best, but I like the palate of the Michter's the best. Well, there you go. That's what I got for you, Greg.